Hello and welcome to the Meet Mediocrity vlog, episode 2. In episode 1, I talked about morning routines and how I do some productive things to start my day. And the one thing that I think is the newest and most interesting thing to me is meditation. So, what's with meditation? Honestly, before this year, I always thought meditation was a bit of a mystery. I felt like it was something that Buddhist monks did and other super interesting Zen people did, but that didn't apply to me, or I didn't understand what it meant. What I started to do when I wanted to get into meditation is I downloaded an app on my iPhone. I downloaded the Headspace app, and I listened to what the guy in the British or Australian accent told us to do. And it was interesting. It got my attention. I said, I understand what it means to focus my mind on something in the present. And for the most part, that was breathing and very specific thoughts that the meditation guide was telling me to do. After the Headspace app, or I got tired of the Australian accent, I think it was. Anyway, I was riding my bike with my friend, Dr. Jennifer Burns, who was a guest on the Meet Mediocrity podcast in season 1. And Jennifer told me about mindfulness. And she gave me books to read, and she said, look, you don't need to sit cross-legged for minutes or hours on end. You just need to bring your attention to the present at any given moment. And a famous line that she mentioned on the podcast, season 1, episode 4, I believe, was she's mindful for just a few seconds every morning as she drinks her first sip of coffee. And so what it taught me is that you can be mindful at any time for any length of time, and it's helpful. So I wanted to do more, and I started doing guided meditations on the Peloton app and on YouTube. And it was people who would give you things to think about. So you would breathe and you would think about things like being strong, or being positive, or being out in nature. And I kind of understood it. I didn't quite understand it, but now I do understand it. What I think was going on is we're teaching your mind to A, calm itself down, and then B, to think of one thought at a time and let it be a thought that you want to be thinking about. So this all came to life when I was speaking to my therapist, who really started as a friend and someone who I met at a group of Long Island business people. And he said to me, Mitch, forget the guided meditations. They're good for starters. But why don't you be alone with yourself? Just meditate by yourself. And I started to do that. First, I started with some music and some sounds of the ocean. Just the Zen music and sounds of the ocean, because I love the ocean. Everyone who knows me knows that. And it helped get me in the right spot where I could think about my breathing, get into the present, and then be aware of thoughts that would come into my head. And when multiple thoughts started coming into my head, which I think happens to most of us, it happens to me all the time, I was able to kind of calm it down, focus on my breath, and focus my thinking on one thing at a time. And to me, that is the secret, at least for me, of meditation. And I'm sure there'll be more secrets I learn as I go, but that is today's secret on meditation, because now what I do is I practice meditation at least a few times a week as part of my morning routine. But I also use it when I'm feeling stressed during the day. And it happens a lot at work, when I'm getting an email and a text message and a phone call and a ping on Google Chat, and it's all coming at me at once, and my brain starts kind of hyperacting about how to handle it all. What I'm able to do is think about that meditation practice and focus on my breath, understand what I'm thinking, take them one at a time, and calm myself down. And it's becoming such an ingrained practice that stress doesn't stick with me very long. And I'm able to use these tools to keep myself in perspective and keep myself under control under a lot of stressful circumstances. So I'm by no means a Buddhist monk. I'm by no means an expert in meditation, but what I do have is some interesting insights as I've gone through my meditation journey over the past year, and I'm hoping that you might find some joy out of meditation. And if you do, share your comments, share your thoughts in the comments below so we can all learn from each other's experiences. That, my friends, is the Meet Mediocrity vlog, episode 2. Take care, everyone.